Hey gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, coming to you from beautiful but unfortunately very rainy North Carolina and the Outer Banks. It's just today that we're getting some rain. It's supposed to be beautiful for the whole rest of the week. I'm here with my family. But of course, never fear. As always, I still have tons of video content planned for you all week long. I'll be reporting from here as well as some video from the home studio. So be assured we have a week chock full of content helping you to think better so you can feel better in these crazy and turbulent times. So make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. And speaking of turbulent, things are most definitely going from bad to worse for Sleepy Joe. Let's start with the polls, shall we? The latest Harvard-Harris poll has Biden down by 5 against Trump. It's Trump 45 to Biden, barely cracking 40. This is the third Harvard-Harris poll in a row that shows Trump in the lead. In fact, all the polls are basically showing the same thing. We're talking Quinnipiac, we're talking Harvard-Harris, Emerson, New York Times, CNN. All the polls are showing a double-digit swing towards Trump over Biden since 2020. On top of that, we've got a new poll out that's absolutely terrifying the Biden campaign. It's a brand new Echelon Insights poll of likely voters in battleground states. And according to that poll, where the election held today, Trump would crush Biden by 7 points, 48 to 41. Battleground states, gang, Michigan, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Trump would humiliate Biden by 7 points. That's the first indicator that Biden's 2024 campaign is in the dumpster. But it only gets worse from there, and that's because we've got the looming R word, recession. Reuters is reporting that all indicators are pointing to a looming recession. Larry Summers, a former Treasury Secretary, he's predicting with a 70% probability we'll be in a major recession within just months. And that's about as bad as it gets for Biden, because no sitting president since Calvin Coolidge has been successfully reelected if a recession has occurred in the last 2 years of their presidency. No sitting president in the last 100 years has been successfully reelected if a recession has occurred in the last 2 years of their administration. So what this means is that this surge we're seeing right now with Trump is just the beginning. We ain't seen nothing yet. If you think Trump is surging now, just wait until the recession really hits. Just wait till the economy really tanks. We're going to see a Trump surge unlike anything we could imagine. And that puts all of these indictments into a different perspective, doesn't it? I mean, these indictments don't seem to be taking Trump out anymore. They're certainly not doing that. What they seem to be doing is they seem to be limiting the inevitable damage the Democrats are going to suffer in 2024. That and fraud, of course. Indictments and fraud appear to be the means by which the Democrats are trying to limit the fallout from Biden's inevitable implosion in view of the coming recession. But if you thought the polls and recession were bad for Biden, believe it or not, it gets worse. But first, gang, you all know of a very new and serious threat coming from woke corporations, and it's called debanking, where woke banks are increasingly closing the accounts of patriots around the globe. And one of the most important areas of protest where patriots are deliberately taking their money out of these woke banks is in the massive buying spree going on right now with gold and silver. We saw this right after the Silicon Valley Bank collapse, where more and more investors began moving their money back to the timeless value of gold. And we've got amazing friends to this channel who can help you do just that. We partner with the top-rated precious metals company, Gold Co., who've helped patriots across the nation move over $1 billion into gold and silver. You heard that right. They're absolutely amazing. Click on that link below. And for those with retirement accounts, the patriots over at Gold Co. are offering up to $10,000 in free silver when opening up a qualified IRA account. And for cash buyers, you're going to love this. You can get bonus silver just by making a purchase. So if you buy $15,000 worth of precious metals, you're going to get $750 in bonus silver. If you buy $25,000, you're going to get over $1,200 in bonus silver. But that's only as long as supply lasts. So click on that link below. This is your opportunity now to protect yourself from these woke banks by guarding your assets with what patriots have invested in for centuries, the timeless value of gold and silver. So click on that link below right now. Now, even fellow Democrats are calling for Biden to be investigated by a special counsel based on the new bombshell allegations of corruption. As I'm sure you know by now, the latest allegations stem from the revelation of an FBI-generated FD 1023 form. 1023s are forms that special agents fill out to record raw data and reporting from confidential human sources. The form claims that the co-founder and CEO of Burisma, the corrupt Ukrainian energy company that Hunter Biden sat on the board of, the CEO of that company stated that he was coerced into paying Joe and Hunter $5 million each to shut down a Ukrainian investigation into his company. Remember, we've got video of Biden speaking at the Council of Foreign Relations a few years back, openly admitting that he blatantly used a quid pro quo, or what we like to call a quid pro Joe, on the then president of Ukraine, where he used $1 billion of aid as leverage against the Ukrainian president until he fired a special investigator looking into Burisma. Watch.
I guess the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid at the time.
Well, now Robert Kennedy Jr., a fellow Democrat, is calling for a full special counsel investigation to the Bidens to see if they were indeed paid $5 million each to get that Ukrainian prosecutor off the backs of Burisma executives. So we got his imploding poll numbers. We got a looming recession where no previous president has won re-election. And we've got corruption that even Democrats want investigated. Now, on top of all that, Biden's facing a number of third-party challenges from former Democrats. So it's not just Robert Kennedy Jr. giving him a run for his money. Joe Manchin just headlined a major third-party event in New Hampshire, fueling speculation that he may indeed challenge President Joe Biden as a third-party presidential candidate in the 2024 election. Manchin, as you know, is thus far he's refused to endorse Biden, and he's also refused to rule out a third-party challenge. And then to make matters even worse, Cornel West, a far-left populist, he's running his own third-party campaign that's gaining tons of traction. So much so, Democrats are openly fearful that Cornel West's campaign could have the same kind of detrimental effect on Biden's reelection as what we saw back in 2016, where the Green Party's Jill Stein was blamed for contributing to Hillary Clinton's loss, siphoning off a number of votes that Hillary needed to win states like Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania. And while the left is calling for unity and so forth, Cornel West is like, forget that. He ain't playing along. Cornel West is even questioning Biden's cognitive health. Even the ultra-left Atlantic published a piece warning that the Democrats do indeed have a Cornel West problem. So there you've got it, gang. Falling poll numbers, a looming recession, more corruption allegations, and third-party challenges all show precisely why the Democrats are so panicked with Sleepy Joe's prospects for 2024.
Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.